No call, no text, just trespassing.
Hello, Michaels. How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I loved Sacramento. Michael C., I have to say that watching you stress Kristen Stewart out stressed me out. Can you talk? Can you talk about the Glenn and Rosie dynamic and making the most of it in the little time you had?
Yes, well, I mean, and I think Kristen brought so much to it as well because the energy that she's bringing to it is she's very infinitely patient, but it's too much for her. She needs space, and all I'm doing is making things harder for her. It's really kind of, like central to my character. I really feel like it's the kind of performance she gives that defines my character. You learn a lot about me and our relationship by what she's doing. So it was very important to the movie, and I think it makes Glenn very, annoying but endearing. His heart's in the right place. The fact that she can stand him and knows where it's coming from with him, it paints him in a different light.
Yeah, she sees something good in him.
Yeah, she somehow puts up with it for some reason.
I love that. And Michael A., I think the fact that Glenn very much does not want to hang out with Ricky at first says a lot about your character as one of the architects of the story. Can you walk us through maybe the final straw in their friendship before the movie started?
We did work through that. We actually had it in the script at one point, what the final straw was. So I know exactly what it was. It was Ricky hooking up with Glenn's cousin at his wedding. I think Ricky is just at a different point in his life than Glenn is, or seemingly at a different point in his life. And I think also Ricky brings a lot of baggage, unknowingly. And that stresses Glenn out. I feel like maybe Glenn sees a part of himself still in Ricky, and that's what scares him. And he's also, an agent of chaos and takes tequila shots at 2 p.m. or goes on, road trips. He has no responsibility, and Glenn has responsibility. He has a newfound responsibility. And so obviously he can go about it more in a little bit more graceful of a way, but he's really trying to shut Ricky out.
Yeah, and Ricky is hiding things from Glenn always. So he's sort of like unconfrontable. He's sort of controlling the situation and everything is on his terms, but in a way that is presented as being just the natural course of things. But Glenn feels it. Yeah. It makes him lose his mind.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, hijinks aside, do you each have a moment in the movie you are proudest of, whether it's from an emotional talk therapy perspective or punching someone in the face?
In real life.
Yes, as actors, what did you like most about, favorite scene?
That's a good question. And honestly, I don't know. I feel like...
I love...
I know. I actually know.
I'm going to answer for you, actually, because I love the way that the movie opened. Well, it's not quite the opening, but early in the movie when there's the therapy session that Ricky is taking over, and with your father.
Yeah. Which
I love the fact that Mike got his father in this movie. That is like a fatherhood story.
Yeah.
And your son. I think that's I think that puts the whole movie on a really good footing right off the bat.
Yeah. I think for me, one of the scenes that it always was one of my favorite scenes in the script. And I don't want to give too much away. There's a sequence later on that is my favorite sequence that I won't give away. But when Glenn and Ricky are in Sacramento and they just did the ashes dump and they go sit on the bench, that was always one of my favorite scenes, writing wise. And we, of course, had like 13 minutes to shoot.
Yeah, it was really like that. Yeah.
And
sun was going down.
I think we have 2 takes each.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I think that's the scene we rehearsed the most in just, prepping it, because it's written specifically enough that you kind of don't want to fuck it up.
And we have a lot to say.
And it's a longish scene where they're just talking to each other. So I think just from, a timing and rhythm, and it's also the center point of the film, like that scene was really important to get. And it's kind of gets the biggest laughs of the movie.
Yeah, you both killed it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
I'm very angry. It's called misplaced anger. No, stop. Ow! Glenn!